Ladies and gentlemen, my special juicers. Let's start with a shocking number. Beyoncé and Jay-Z are worth over $1.8 billion, yet when they bought their $88 million Bel Air mansion, they didn't pay cash. They took out a mortgage. Why would two of the wealthiest celebrities on the planet choose to sign up for a payment plan? That's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Beyoncé's empire. For more than 2 decades, Beyoncé has reigned with flawless vocals, groundbreaking performances, and an untouchable image. But what if I told you, behind all that glitter, Grammys, and global dominance, there are cracks in the empire, flops, failed ventures, and risky moves that don't quite line up with the Queen Bey perfection we've been sold? Welcome back to Celeb Juices, the channel where we bring you the juiciest celebrity drama, the wildest fan theories, and the kind of gossip that keeps the Hollywood spotlight burning. Huge shout out to our subscribers. You guys are the real ones keeping us moving closer to 1,000 subs. Let's make it happen, fam. Today's deep dive is going to expose the truth about Beyoncé's business moves, her empire's hidden struggles, and what it really means when a billionaire couple takes out a mortgage. So grab your tea, or should I say your juice, because this one is going to be a ride. The $88 million question. Why would billionaires borrow money? When the headlines first broke that Beyoncé and Jay-Z bought their $88 million Bel Air mansion with a mortgage, fans were stunned. We're talking about music's ultimate power couple, two people who can literally crash the internet with a single Instagram post, yet they're signing mortgage documents like the rest of us. Some financial experts say it's all about tax strategy and investment leverage. Why tie up liquid cash in one property when you can keep it working in other investments? But here's the thing. Others argue that this move signals something else. Could it be that Beyoncé and Jay-Z's empires are not as liquid as we think? And that's the pattern we're starting to see. Behind the scenes, Beyoncé's non-music ventures haven't always been the blockbuster successes her fans expect. The mortgage, in this light, starts to look less like strategy and more like necessity. What do you think? Smart business move or quiet red flag? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And speaking of quiet red flags, let's rewind to one of Beyoncé's earliest business ventures that crashed almost as soon as it launched. House of Dereon. From destiny to disaster. Remember Beyoncé's fashion line? No, that's exactly the problem. Back in 2004, Beyoncé teamed up with her mom, Tina Knowles, to launch House of Dereon. Inspired by her grandmother, it was meant to be bold, soulful, and destined for fashion greatness. With Beyoncé's star power and Tina's styling, this should have been a slam dunk. But instead, it flopped. Critics mocked it, fans called it tacky, and one magazine even dubbed Tina, Tacky Tina. That's brutal. Despite splashy campaigns, including Beyoncé herself modeling in Bermuda, the clothes just didn't connect. Sales tanked, stores pulled out, and by 2010, the so-called fashion empire had vanished. The junior line, Dereon, also sank without a trace. Industry insiders claimed the brand was trend-chasing instead of setting trends. And here's the real lesson. Fame can open doors, but it can't make people swipe their cards. Does this sound familiar? Because Rihanna with Fenty and Kim Kardashian with Skims proved the opposite. They connected with their audiences on a personal level, something Beyoncé has struggled with. But if House of Dereon faded into the past, Beyoncé's ventures into beauty and fragrance came with an even bigger plot twist. From fragrance queen to clearance bin. Did you know Beyoncé once had the best-selling celebrity perfume in the world? When Beyoncé launched her first fragrance, Heat, it was a blazing success. $400 million in sales worldwide, the best-selling celebrity scent on the planet. For a hot moment, Beyoncé ruled the fragrance game. But soon after, the empire cooled off. Spin-offs like Heat Rush, Pulse, and Midnight Heat didn't carry the same fire. By 2013, bottles of her perfumes were showing up in clearance bins at drugstores. And in retail, that's the kiss of death. Her licensing company shifted focus to newer stars, while Beyoncé's perfume sales quietly slipped into irrelevance. Fans didn't connect with the idea that Beyoncé was really using or endorsing these products. And that's the ongoing theme. Mystery works in music, but not in lifestyle branding. Question for you. Would you buy a perfume just because Beyoncé's name is on it, even if you never see her using it? But fragrance wasn't her only misstep. In fact, Beyoncé's ventures into fitness and fashion ended up making even bigger headlines for all the wrong reasons. Ivy Park and Adidas. The collapse. What happens when Beyoncé's billion-dollar dream falls $200 million short? Ivy Park was supposed to be Beyoncé's answer to athleisure domination, a collab with Adidas that launched to huge fanfare. The first drop sold out instantly, but the buzz didn't last. By 2023, reports revealed Ivy Park had only made $40 million when Adidas expected $250 million. That's not just a miss, that's a collapse. Fans started asking, do we even believe Beyoncé wears Ivy Park in her daily life? Unlike Rihanna casually demoing Fenty or Kim promoting Skims, Beyoncé stays private. She doesn't post behind-the-scenes moments, doesn't share the products as part of her routine. And without that, the connection dies. This shows us that Beyoncé's mysterious goddess brand doesn't translate well to consumer goods. Fans need to see themselves in the lifestyle. But when Beyoncé disappears, so does the hype. And this isn't just a pattern in business. Even her company Parkwood Entertainment has shown cracks when it comes to supporting other artists. Parkwood Entertainment. Empire or curse? Being signed to Beyoncé's label should be a dream. But is it actually a curse? When Chloe Bailey released her debut album In Pieces, it flopped hard, debuting at number 119 on the Billboard 200 with just 10,000 units. Fans noticed something strange. Beyoncé didn't promote it. No Instagram stories, no posts, no shoutouts. Nothing. The internet erupted. Some accused Beyoncé of sabotaging her own artist. Others said she was protecting her brand, unwilling to attach her name to a flop. Either way, Parkwood's structure raised red flags. Artists claim mentorship comes in the form of letters, actual handwritten letters, and the label molds them into Beyoncé clones instead of letting them shine individually. So, here's the big question. Is Beyoncé too focused on perfection to let her artists take the risks they need to succeed? And speaking of risk, let's circle back to Beyoncé and Jay-Z's mortgage decision, because it might connect more deeply to these patterns than we think. Why the mortgage matters. Is Beyoncé's $88 million mortgage the ultimate symbol of her empire's flaws? Some argue it's just smart financial planning. Others whisper it signals liquidity issues. But when you step back and look at Beyoncé's history, failed fashion lines, collapsed fragrance empire, Ivy Park struggles, Parkwood controversies, it paints a bigger picture. The takeaway: Beyoncé's untouchable image doesn't guarantee business success. Unlike Selena Gomez, whose rare beauty empire skyrocketed, or Kylie Jenner, who leveraged relatability to build Kylie Cosmetics into a billion-dollar brand, Beyoncé feels distant. Her mystery fuels her music legacy, but in consumer industries, fans want connection. They want to see the celebrity using the product in real life. Beyoncé rarely gives that, so maybe the mortgage isn't about money, maybe it's about strategy. Holding on to cash because in business, Beyoncé knows she might need every bit of it. So, here's the big picture. Beyoncé is still a living legend. No one can touch her in music, and her cultural influence is unmatched. But when it comes to business, the track record is shaky. House of Dereon flopped. Her fragrances fizzled. Ivy Park collapsed. Parkwood struggles to lift artists out of her shadow. And yes, Beyoncé and Jay-Z's mortgage raises questions about what's really going on behind the scenes. But here's the respectful truth. Being an icon in one field doesn't mean you'll dominate every industry. Beyoncé may still surprise us with one power move that shuts down all criticism. Until then, the speculation continues. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Beyoncé's empire is cracking, or is she just playing a long game we can't see yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Before we wrap up, huge shout out to one of our amazing subscribers who said, "Celeb Juices always gives us the gossip no one else dares to talk about." Keep it coming. We love featuring your comments, so keep them rolling in for a chance to get spotlighted in our next video. Thank you so much to all our subscribers. You're helping us get closer to that 1,000 sub milestone. If you haven't joined the family yet, now's the time. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Celeb Juices, share it with your friends, and check out another one of our deep dives. You know the juice never stops flowing.